NeatDesk is the all-in-one high-speed scanner that transforms piles of paper into digital information you can use.
Vanguard has combined the efficiency of Neat Receipt software and scanning with the back-end approval and payment processing of Flotiva NXT and IMS 21. Use the power of Neat Scanning to scan and extract data from receipts. Traditionally, an employee would need to save or itemize receipts and then complete a complicated expense report form on paper or online. With Neat Scanning and Flotiva NXT, you turn the process upside down and let the computer complete the expense report for you. As each receipt is scanned, the data is extracted at the same time an image of the receipt is saved. Once scanning is completed, the employee can view and edit the extracted data. Once the data has been validated, the scanned receipts can be saved in a folder. An expense report can then be generated for any time period desired. We see the data extracted from each receipt during the scanning process. We will open a folder containing Frank's expenses from March. When we select a different row, the system automatically displays the associated scanned image of the receipt. The employee can add other expenses such as mileage and tolls without a receipt. The system calculates amount totals automatically. Once all receipts have been scanned, the employee can generate an expense report in a variety of formats. Or save and process the expense report for payment using Flotiva NXT from Vanguard Systems. But what about processing this information? The employee needs to account for the use of the company credit card and also wants to get reimbursed for out-of-pocket expenses. The company wants to validate the information and obtain approval from the managers the employee reports to, and then process a check request. We will first sign on as Bill, who is Frank's direct manager. The Flotiva NXT dashboard is opened. Bill will then select the expense report assigned to him for primary approval. Here we see summary information about Frank's expense report. All of this information was created using neat scanning and automatically processed into Flotiva NXT for approval and payment processing. A copy of the expense report and scanned receipts is also attached to the expense report approval workflow. Using Elite Forms, we can create a summary and detail expense reports with scanned receipts attached. Detailed receipt data is included for reconciliation to the corporate credit card and reimbursement to the employee. All of this data was captured and submitted by the employee using neat receipts. After reviewing all of the information, including the scanned receipts, Bill will approve Frank's expense report. But Bill has an approval limit which is exceeded, and Dave now needs to approve this expense report also. Bill's work basket is now empty. Once Dave approves this expense report, it will automatically transfer to accounts payable for payment processing. We have opened the accounts payable processing workflow showing completed workflows. The workflow audit is displayed graphically. Here we can see that Dave approved Frank's expense report. When we view the details of the completed workflow, we see the date it was processed in accounts payable and the total duration from the time the expense report was submitted until it was paid. We can also view source documents. All documents are archived and associated with the payment transaction. These documents are also available from the legacy accounts payable system. We see a new document was added for the approved expense report. When we open the approved expense report, we see that it is date and time stamped with the manager's signatures. And the employee's signature is also electronically applied. All of the receipts are attached, which were scanned using the neat receipt scanner and used to generate this expense report. Using Elite Forms, a copy of the check is automatically archived and available for viewing. This entire expense report was processed without any manual data entry or paper. Frank can submit the expense report from his hotel room, and minutes later, Bill and Dave have approved the expense report for payment and a check printed all electronically without any paper.